evening, everybody, and welcome to the home of British motorsport. It is the Silverstone Grand Prix here, and it is the UNRL Performance Division Season 10, and we have this week Jonah, Davey, a new guy called Master Spread, Bobylon, Whale, another new guy, Brett, Ethan, Brad, Cue Ball, Fatal Defense, Noodle Neck, and Sora. Welcome to the stream, and boys and girls, we are about to jump on with the first car of the day. It looks like a Williams. I believe it's Sora. Yes, it is, and there he is on track in the Williams car. Of course, that will not be what the Williams car looks like tomorrow in the real-life Bahrain Practice Grand Prix, but that is a thing for another day. Let's just update my stuff and then I can get the chat on board. Boom. I actually thought that would be working then. Am I live? Yay! There we go, got the chat. If anyone's watching, I hope you're well. This is like I said, this is going down the old Cops corner. Of course, there's no strict corner cut, so you can probably get away with that. Riding the curbs very nicely. Probably a lot more fun to do. To be fair, I raced around here earlier this week in the TSD division on Sunday, and it's such a beautiful, fast flowing circuit. Like, sometimes you just know when your car's hooked up, and I might have not had the straight line speed, but my god, did the car feel hooked up. So we're on board with TMS Sora. Is this going to be a quick lap? First of all, let's hear the engine. Yeah, it is. You can hear the engine going maximum. Here we go, riding on board with Sora as we head towards turn 1. No lift, which is good, means he's got the car nice and planted towards a really heavy braking zone towards turn 2, towards turn 3. Then on towards the Hamilton. Is this the Hamilton Straight or is this the Wellington Straight? I think it's the Wellington Straight, isn't it? Down towards the Luffield and Woodcote corners onto the old start-finish straight. Looking very nice so far, and oh my god, I've got 12 people watching already. Thank you very much, guys. As we head towards the Cops corner, you can almost take it flat out the majority of the time. A slight lift from Sora. Probably didn't have the confidence at this stage. Go through Maggots and Beckett's now. Slight gear change and a big lift going into the end part on towards the Hangar Straight, where we saw, of course, going into Stowe corner, Michael Schumacher, his brakes broke basically, and he ended up breaking his legs and missing a huge chunk of the 99 season. And, big lock up there for Sora. Don't think it'll slow him down too much. He goes around across the line. First lap of the day is a 26.9. Let's have a look and see. There's a racing point. I believe it's Noodle Neck. Here he comes. How is Noodle Neck quicker? Yes, by 7/10. Noodle Neck at 26.2. Next we have the Ferrari of Whale. There he is, with the sort of blue helmet. Kind of reminds me of Patrick Tambay in his Ferrari days. 26.64. Mr. Whale. Look at Bobylon. Oh my god. I don't know whether that was lag or what, but he just looks completely off the circuit there. He's got a Red Bull. He's on medium tyres, so he's probably just getting his eye in, but he has got a Red Bull of Cue Ball probably right up behind him. Bobylon goes 5th with a 28.6. Cue Ball goes 2nd with a 26.4. We have Fatal Defiance in the McLaren, who's currently gone 5th with a 27.7. Oh dear, has Brett had a moment? I think he has. He's slowed right down. Brett, you might want to speed up, pal. Brett? What's Brett doing? Okay. Not quite sure what's going on there. Into the pits comes the Williams, does Noodle Neck pit. Yeah, he's 10 seconds off, not using ERS, so I imagine he's pitting. Let's have a look at the Ferrari of Whale. Whale, 3.9 seconds down. I imagine he will be pitting as well. Then we have the Red Bull of... it's not Q-Ball, actually. It's Davey on an outlap. It's the McLaren of Fatal Defiance. Is he going for a quicker lap? We'll soon find out. 1.6 seconds down, so I don't imagine he would be. Who else do we have? We have Q-Ball. Is he pushing? Ooh, looks that way. Looks like he could be pushing. Does he head straight for the pits? Yes, he does. We have the Mercedes of Bobylon doing the same. So next car around is a Renault of Brad, or is it Master? No, it is the Master spread. There he is in the Renault, gearing up for a quick lap. His teammate, Brad, there he is. Also gearing up for a quick lap. Be interested to see what these lads can do today. Brett on a quick lap. Well, he was on a quick lap. And to let the Alpha Tauri go, is that Ethan gearing? Oh, that's Master round. Master has gone off turn 1. No damage, but obviously definitely knocked his confidence a bit. Ethan gearing up for a lap. So here we go, on board with Davey. There he is, going through Maggots and Beckett's. Nice illuminated helmet for this Grand Prix. Davey needs a good performance. He's been struggling as of late. What sort of lap time is he going to put on the board as we enter the final 10 minutes of qualifying? Just a reminder as well, guys, for anyone watching the stream, there is a 5-minute break after qualifying, so do not ready up, as Davey does a 28.0. Okay, so on board with the Renault of Brad. Of course, we don't really know what sort of time he's done. Looking good. It's very smooth, very quick. How far up the order is he gonna go? And he goes second with a 26.294, so he's on par with Noodle Neck. Good to see now on board with Ethan. He's been involved in a lot of racing this week in that car. And he's gone second with a 26.228. Oh my god, he's 6,000ths of a second behind Noodle Neck. Wow. As Master spread does a 154 after his spin. Brett's done a 145. Wales back out on track for another lap. As is Davey. No, Davey's recovering to the pits. He's out of fuel. So I think the only next car round. Mercedes, is he on a quick lap? You know he's on an out lap. So the next one is Master. Master's not using any ERS though, so I think he's on a recovery lap. Have a look at Ethan. Ethan 2 is on a recovery lap. I just want someone to be on a quick lap. It's not too much to ask. Sora back out of the pits, as is Q-Ball. So actually the next guy round is the Ferrari of Whale. Whale so far on his first run did a 26.6, only 4/10 off the fastest guy at the minute. Interesting to see what he can do and see if there's a slight improvement. We'll find out as he enters the straight, not this one, just the one after Maggots and Beckett's, the Hangar Straight as it's known. Of course, this used to be an old World War II airfield back in the day. And is he quick? He was 2/10 quick. At that time, he could move into 4th above Q-Ball. Both racing points on outlaps as well. This is fatal. The next guy around is Bobylon. Oh! That's a really good lap from Whale. A 26.2. Takes, at the minute, provisional pole position. Great lap there. And we'll have a look at Bobylon, who doesn't seem to be using much ERS at this point. Don't be surprised to see if he's down, because he's still only got like 70% ERS, so my guess is he's taking it easy this time round. I mean, he's 9 tenths quicker, so it's certainly going to help. So I'll push him to a 27.5, which could put him 7th at this stage of the session. Master Spread has done a 28.1, so he's moved up the order as well. And he does indeed go 7th with a 27.6. Fatal is about to begin his lap. Who else is round? We've got a Red Bull coming up of Q-Ball. Half a second down for Q-Ball, so no improvement this time. I wonder if he made a mistake somewhere on the lap. He's gonna finish it, so let's see. I mean, he's commitment. There's certainly a lot of commitment there from Q-Ball. Another man who I've seen race this week goes across the line. 4 attempts, not bad. So he did make a mistake somewhere. The pace is there. Let's have a look at Sora as he's 3 attempts up. This could push him into contention. It moves him into 5th. Half a second quicker, actually. 26.469 puts him 2 attempts behind pole position at this minute in time. Let's have a look at Noodle Neck now. He's a fraction down. It all depends on this final sector now. Can he use Stowe to brake really late? Chucks the car in at such speed. Has to try and brake as late as he can, as Fatal Defiance has binned it round just before Maggots and Beckett's, actually, so he's lost it round Cops. And it is an improvement by 2.5 tenths from Noodle Neck, so that's a really good final sector, actually, from the racing point. And he is the first man to break into the 1 minute 25s. Q-Ball, is he pushing? He is, but he hasn't got the ERS to do it. So next go around. So going to stay on board with Davey, as he's going to be the next one to set a qualifying lap time. This is good what we've seen so far. So at the minute, with 4.5 minutes left to go, Noodle Neck currently sits fastest with a 25.9, Whale with a 26.2, Ethan with a 26.2, Brad with a 26.2, Sora with a 26.4, Q-Ball with a 26.4. Then it's quite a big gap of 8 tenths to Bobylon on a 27.6. Fatal Defiance did a 27.7. There'll be no improvement from him in this session. Davey has currently done a 28.0. We'll see in a minute just what sort of improvement he's made during this session. Master Spread out on an outlap as well, 28.1. And Brett, of course, only a 145.4 so far, as Jonah has retired in the pit. So don't know what's gone on there with Jonah. I don't know why he's retired in the pits. As far as I'm aware, he didn't have a qualifying ban. So we go, Davey gearing up for a lap. See the ERS being used now. Powering down towards turn 1. Interesting camera angle, but not really a good one. I love sitting on the rear axle watching the car do the work. Ooh, Dave was a little bit late there with the opening the DRS. He's a 10th and a bit down so far. So still a bit of a struggle for Dave at the minute. Here we go, powering down towards Cops. Can he make an improvement through Sector 2? If he doesn't, then there's not really much point continuing the lap. He looks very cautious. The lap looks very cautious, but he has gone quicker. He has gone quicker, so this could potentially move him above Fatal Defiance if he can nail this final sector. So we go, braking very nicely, bit of a lock-up. Waiting to get the power down, round the final corner. And it's an improvement, but not enough to jump in front of Fatal. So let's have a look now and see. There's a Mercedes coming around. He's on. Oh my god! Almost wiped out the Williams Asura there. We've got the Renault coming round. Is that Master? It is. And he's nearly a second up. So we're going to see a good improvement here from Master Spread. Moves into P8 with a 27.7. Will he do another run? So wait and see. There's a Red Bull coming around now. Of Davey. Davey's spun at turn. At turn 2, I believe. Wales about to begin his lap. Let's have a look at Brad. There he is. He's beginning a quick lap now. We've got the Williams of Sora on an outlap. And there's the Merc of Bobylon. So we'll jump on board with Bobylon, who's currently 4 tenths quicker. That will push him to a 27.2 at this minute. So it's not enough to move up a position, but it will certainly close the gap on the cars in front of him as someone has retired from session. Davey has retired on track. Okay, I'm sure retiring on track isn't allowed. 7 tenths from a Bobylon. That will push him towards 26.4 where Cubo is. He just has to absolutely smash this final sector now. Got Ethan behind on an outlap. Break nice and easy. Flip the curbs. Don't use too much and they'll unsettle the car like it did there. So he would have probably lost a little bit of time, did he? Yes, he did. 2 tenths he lost in the end. It was a 27. What a poor final couple of corners there for Bobylon. Have a look at the Red Bull of Cubo now, who's going faster. And he does move into 5th place at the minute with a 26.4. Now we've got Whale, who's a tenth and a bit up. Is he going to take pole position? No, he doesn't. It's only a 26.2, so he must have lost time in the end. Let's have a look at the Renault of Brad. Oh, that's a big swap on there for Brad. In the end, it wasn't the huge improvement he'd wanted. In fact, that would have been pole for Brad. I've just realised. That would have been pole, but he had a huge swap on there, and unfortunately it's only going to be P4 for Brad. He was 7 tenths up. That could have put him onto a 25. That's Brad's time. 25.5. He would have been 4 tenths quicker than Noodle Neck. Oh, that was so gutting for the Renault man who saw pole in his grasp, and into the pits comes Sora. So he ain't going to be improving anymore this time round. So the only one that can do anything now is Ethan. He's currently a 10th up in the middle sector. How's the rest of the lap been though? How was the first sector? The final sector has looked good enough so far. Goes round the final corner. Well, in the end, he lost time. So I believe the only guy we're waiting on now is Cubo, who I believe had it off. So won't be improving. So that is your grid, ladies and gentlemen, for the British Grand Prix here at UNRL. Now's the time to have a quick breather, grab some snacks, get a drink, wet the old whistle, and get ready for an intense 50% distance race of the British Grand Prix. Of course, the British Grand Prix has been on the calendar every single year. I think the most dramatic race was the real life 2020 race. One of the most dramatic anyway, where both Mercedes cars had tyre failures and they had Bottas pitted, relinquished his podium spot, whilst Hamilton's tyres went on the final lap, and he just managed to get it home to win the Grand Prix. Now let's have a look here. Noodleneck on pole, Whale second, Ethan third, Brad fourth, Cueball fifth, Saurus sixth, Bobylon seventh, Master Spread eighth, Fatal Defiance ninth, Davey in 10th, Brett 11th, and Jonah not setting a time. Interesting. Everyone on the soft tyres though, and to be fair, it is a soft to medium sort of stint, so it doesn't really matter. Brett and Jonah can choose their tyres. Let's just have a look. See. MD Skillian. Okay. After this stream, guys, what I'm going to do... Miller, it's going really well, mate. It's going really well. How's it going for you? As I say, guys, after this race, do stay tuned, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to raid a... I didn't scroll off it, did I? No. I'm going to raid the VRF1 Div 1 race, where they'll be currently racing around Zandvoort. Now, they do full qualifying and everything, I imagine, so hopefully you won't miss too much of the race. But enough about that. We are here at UNRL. We are gearing up for the British Grand Prix. 30-odd laps and a very slow pit lane. It has to be said. 37 miles an hour, not the usual 50 that we're used to around most circuits. And like I say, it opened the F1, well, its life really in 1950. What was it? Manuel Ferreira? Something like that. Some Italian guy. I can't remember. Some Italian guy won that race. Giuseppe Farina? I've got Farina in my head. For some strange reason. Interestingly, Graham Hill never won here, despite racing here on numerous occasions over, I think, at least a 17-year period. I think because he eventually retired in 1975. Damon Hill won it in 94, his son, so he managed to get one over on him, but unfortunately his dad beat him in the, Monaco, sort of, 5-0. What else has happened here? We had John Watson winning here in 1981 from like the back of the grid, near enough. It was a mental Grand Prix. But somehow Watson brought that McLaren home to win, to the exuberance of the British fans. And then of course we had Nigel Mansell winning quite a few times during the 80s as well. That memorable move on Nelson Piquet in either 86 or 87 at Stowe. And then of course winning in 92 as well. He always used to find that sort of extra half a second when he was racing, because he'd feel the love from the fans. It just gave him like an extra boost. Ah, fantastic. You got some practice tonight then. That's good. That's good, Miller. Miller, are you interested? Are you interested in doing any VRF1 racing, mate? On a Monday. Like I say, I really like you. I think you've got a good racing brain and everything, so no harm in asking. So where was I? Yeah, so after that, Damien Hill had a great chance to win here in 96, but unfortunately a wheel nut failure caused him to crash out. I don't think he was going to win anyway because he was stuck in fourth place after a torrid start. Then, of course, we had that wet race in '98, of course, where Michael Schumacher won the race in the pit lane after receiving a stop-go penalty for, I think it was speeding in the pit lane, or something like that. And he decided to serve it at the end of the race. And after a lot of arguing with Ferrari and McLaren, eventually they said, right, fine, you can have it, but this is never happening again. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, '99, Schumacher broke his leg at Stowe Corner after snatching his brakes, ruling him out of the '99 season, which he could have potentially won. I mean, that Ferrari wasn't a bad car, especially considering how McLaren kept tripping over themselves in '99. Schumacher could have done it. I'm just thinking, Miller, for gaining more experience. That's all. I'm not, like I say, I'm not asking you to. Um, I'm not asking you to leave or anything. It's just whether you want more racing experience. If you don't, that's fine. There, of course, 2001 we saw Häkkinen's penultimate victory here at the circuit after just a torrid 2001 season with struggles with the launch control and traction control and everything like that, just making him stall on the grid quite a lot. And then that mental 2003 race when we saw Schumacher battling Villeneuve for 13th and 14th race. That laughing you can hear is my brother, I do apologise. And that brilliant battle between Barrichello and Raikkonen. It's just brilliant. Then, and then we didn't have another memorable moment, really, until 2008, a wet Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren in his second season absolutely blitzing the field by almost a lap. Like, one of the best wet weather drives you will ever see. Just amazing. And then we'll move on to 2010. Mark Webber's not bad for a number 2 driver after Sebastian Vettel got given a new sort of front wing design while Webber still had to run the old one. Oh. And then 2011, of course, we had Webber being told to stay behind Vettel whilst they were duking it out. 2013, we had the mental race with the stupid punctures because of the sort of compounds that Pirelli were running. And then we sort of had the Hamilton dominance of Silverstone. Then he won it in. No, he didn't win it in 2014. I think he came. Did he win it in 2014? I actually don't know. I actually can't remember now. I think he did. I think he did win it in 2014. Could be wrong. Well, like I say, Miller, the offers there, mate. It'll be every Monday. So, I'd like to get in, and I'm racing in there. I'm racing in there as well. Just waiting for the guys to ready up now. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, that's big. Hey, I won. I made my re-debut in that league, and I won the race. Admittedly, it was because of a penalty countback, but I won the race around Zandvoort. It was brilliant. Not quite sure. I'd imagine it's Spain next week. So, like I said, hey, like I say, man, it'd be good. It'll be good to see you on track. Just like I say, you have to beware that like it can be aggressive. There's a lot of guys who are finding their feet, of course, because it's Division 3, and a lot of guys that are learning patience as well. To be fair, if FGE didn't run all their divisions on the same night, I'd try and find a way of racing in that. But like I said, they all race on the same night, so there's no way of being able to do that. Still, I enjoy the commentary, so I'm happy. Oh, excuse me with that. Oh, come on, guys. We've been here like 10 minutes. Been here like 10 minutes now. My screen actually went dark. Just like, oh, that's good. I'm glad you watch. Come on, guys. Come on. Just so you know, as well, guys, there's going to be no formation lap, of course, with these guys. So literally, when we get going, it's going to be lights out and away we go. So come on, boys. We're just waiting on the start of the race. Of course, this week we're joined by Fatal Defiance, in the McLaren, Master Spread in the Renault, Davey in the Red Bull, Ethan in the Alpha Tauri, Brett in the Haas. It's either Haas or Racing Point. I think I'm getting confused with Brent. So I think Brett's in the Racing Point. Bobby in the Mercedes, Noodleneck in the Racing Point, Brad in the Renault, Whale in the Ferrari, Sora in the Williams, Q-Ball in the Red Bull, and of course RTL Jonah, who didn't set a lap in qualifying, starting at the back of the grid. This is the man, of course, who won the Spanish Grand Prix last time out after a thrilling battle with... Oh, he's not here this week, is he? Oh, he's not here this week, because I swear there was a guy that Jonah was battling. I just can't remember the name off the top of my head. Oh, someone... Oh, are you able to change your setup on the grid? Oh, okay. Just tell him to... Just... Like I say, just ask someone for one of theirs, you know. Do 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 do. SF1 tomorrow, Fatal. Are you ready to carry on with what has been so far a very exciting start to the SF1 season? I'm looking forward to it. I've had 2 top 6 finishes in the first 3 races, so I can be quite happy with that. Sitting on 52 points, 4th in the championship, 4th or 5th actually, I can't remember, but I am looking forward to it. Singapore as well. It's not one of my favourite circuits, but it is one that, if I don't touch the soft tyres, I can have fun at. Yeah, Part Ferme's off makes it less of a oh fuck moment if someone has to dry set up in the wet. And no, I've had a shit run. Well, it's still early days in the championship, Fatal. I mean, obviously you're missing the fact that Pos isn't your teammate this season. I'm sorry. Was it you battling Jonah last week? For some strange reason, I've got a Ferrari in my head. I've got a Ferrari in my head. You can tell I don't watch these streams back, can't you? I live it. Why do I need to watch it back? Uh, Just waiting for one of the guys to sort of set up out. Feels like he's got a bit of a dud one. So just do bear with us, guys. Like I said, we do need to get going pretty soon, especially whilst I've got a decent viewing. So, you know, we want to see the start of this Grand Prix. You know, if he can bring it home last and in the top 10, he still scores a point. So he needs to be happy, and we are getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Noodle Neck has readied up. Cue Ball has readied up. Was it Austria? Oh, right. I don't know why. Oh, for God's sake. That race in Austria was brilliant. You drove the race of your life. Well, here we go, guys. Getting ready for the start of the British Grand Prix. 3, 2, 1. They're going to be sitting on the grid. And there they are. Of course, I don't have my options to change, but the 5 lights are on and they're out. And it's lights out and away we go here at Silverstone in UNRL. Decent start from Noodle Neck. Whale still there in second place. Oh, few people have gone out wide. It looks good so far. Oh, look at the Renault here making a good move there. Ooh. Bit of a lag back there. It's the yellow flag in sector 1. Who's out? It's Brett. Brett's had an incident. He's off the track. Fatal Defiance up to 8th, battling with the Mercedes. Swoops round the outside of the Mercedes. Oh my God. Babylon's connection's really dodgy, guys. You may need to tell him to pull. As Sora moves into 4th place there. You saw him making a move on cue ball with the Renault of Brad looking for a moment there. We are going racing, Miller. We are the Red Bull. Cue ball's had a moment. I don't know if it's due to traction or whatever, but he's had a slow moment. He's having to force Fatal Defiance basically onto the grass. A bit aggressive if you ask me, but always fair in love and war. As Brad is looking very interested at that gearbox of Sora. Sora, of course, started a little bit further down. Oh, he cut across him there. And, of course, there's the AlphaTauri of Ethan not going so quickly. And both the Williams and the Renault swoop round the outside. So that's 2 positions there. And that's Brad still making a move. He's got the car on the inside. Now, unfortunately, that means Sora will have the inside for the next sequence of corners. They're still battling here. This is brilliant side-by-side racing. I don't care if that was off the track. That was brilliant. And Brad takes 2 positions in the space of a couple of corners. Brett in the pits, of course. Davey down in 11th. Let's have a look now as Ethan is battling with Brad. And Ethan looking for... Sora's got through as well. Sora's got back past. I do apologise, I missed that. Brad has got back, has managed to hold off Ethan. Who's this? Master Spread going round the outside of the Mercedes of Babylon. Babylon seems to be struggling at the minute. Oh, it was a bit of a wide line, really, from Master Spread. But he's going to have that position. Unfortunately, Mercedes... Oh, that's Ethan going very slowly. Ethan going very slowly. Something's happened there. I wonder if he's had a bit of a touch with Brad. He was fighting with him. So, interesting to see what went on there. Now, let's have a look at Bobby. Oh, he's side by side with the Reynolds. They go towards Baggett's and Beckett's. The Renault backed out. In fact, backed out a bit too much, actually, because now he's got Jonah with the gearbox. Jonah having a very cautious start, of course. He's on the mediums, that's why. As Brett is on the hards, that should see him through to the end of the race, as Whale is half a second behind the leader now. As DRS will get activated this lap, as Whale sets the fastest lap. Sora sets the fastest lap now because he's got clear air, 1.5 seconds to gap to him and Whale. Let's have a look and see what is going on further downfield. As Jonah still looking to see if there's an option for a overtake. One option for an overtake is Brad on the back of Sora. What is it with this camera angle around here? I don't want to sit on the rear axle. He's got the DRS, he pulls out. Is he going to go for the move? Oh, he does. Sends the car down the inside, but once again, Sora is going to have the inside line for the next corner. He's touched. Sora's touched. He was sideways, and he's just about going to... In fact, he is still there. Great battling with these two, but at the minute, it is Brad that comes out on top. Don't worry, guys, I'm keeping that. Oh my god, see how quickly they go through cops at about 140 miles an hour. Fantastic corner. There's Babylon. He has Master Spread and Jonah directly behind him as well. Is Whale close enough to make a move? No. Is Sora? Well, Sora probably definitely thought that it was close enough. Love that helmet. Love that helmet from Jonah. Look at that. Lovely. It's like a snake on the side of that helmet there, as Brad sets the fastest lap of the race at 29.5. The man who is currently occupying P3. It's actually got DRS. This is interesting. It's actually got DRS on Wales. So Brad is showing tremendous speed at this early stage of the Grand Prix. And like I say, that's huge. The fact that he's got DRS to help him defend from... Oh, Jonah is up into 8th place. He's got past Babylon. As they go down the Wellington Straight, he'll pick up the toe off Master Spread's Renault. 2 little lockups there from Jonah. Just a little dab on the brake pedal and a little dab once again. Let's have a look now as Whale is 4 tenths behind the leader. Surely he's going to try and make a move on this lap as Brad gets closer and closer. Racing point at a moment. And here comes the Ferraris. He got the engine power. Don't forget there's a Mercedes power in the back of that Racing Point. And he survives. Oh, in fact, Noodleneck's got so much more ERS to play with, and Jonah has defended from Babylon. I don't know if Babylon went for a late lunge there or whatever, but Jonah's dropped off the back of Master Spread a little bit there. Bit of a sideways moment there for Jonah as well. Jonah picking his way through the field bit by bit. He's going to be on the faster tyre, of course, if he stays out of trouble in the second stint, and of course if there's no safety car. Oh, Ethan having a look for a move. We've got Whale and Brad now side by side down the Wellington Straight. We have a new second place man in Brad. Brad's just putting on an amazing show here as Babylon and Ethan battle over 9th and 10th. Brad's driving like a man possessed. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the same picture. There we go, going through cops. It's like I said, 170 miles an hour there from Wales. Tremendous speeds around this British Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone. We jump on board with Brad now, who is already looking at the back of the leader. And here we go. Like I said earlier, Brad did have the chance for pole. Oh, look at that. He's dived and almost took the rear of that Racing Point with him, and Noodleneck's going to try and hang it round the outside. He did do that, and I believe Brad's just going to send one down the inside. He does do that. Noodleneck will have the inside for this corner. In fact, Noodleneck got a horrible run, and through goes Brad into the lead. Brad leads on lap 6 with 20 laps to go. The British Grand Prix. Let's go on board with Noodleneck now. He has a chance to try and catch him if he can. Very interesting braking line into that corner. Oh, the Ferrari getting really close. He's going to chop off that Williams as well. That Williams is going to absolutely run full beans, but of course the car Whale has DRS as well, which will hamper. Oh, look at the wide line that Noodleneck's picking and the tighter line that Whale picked. Oh, I like this cue ball making a move on the McLaren of Fatal Defiance, and Defiance has gone right off the track. Needs to be careful when rejoining. Almost wipes out the Renault. Oh no, Jonah. I thought Jonah was going round then. Board as Brad's already got a 1.6 second lead. Noodleneck, of course, lost the position to Whale now as well. Noodleneck really struggling. These new guys certainly making a name for us, but DRS is open for Noodleneck. He sends one down the outside and he's been clipped. He's just been clipped there. Nothing he could have done. Just one of them unfortunate things. But now we go on board with Sora, who now plans to attack the Ferrari. As Fatal Defiance gets a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. Not really what you needed, is it? Oh, I love the sound of that Ferrari when it's going through the low gears. When it's going down the lower gears, should I say. It sort of gurgles. It's such a lovely sound. There we go. That Williams breezing past the Ferrari into second place. TMS Sora is now second. Oh my god, we're having position changes all over the place here as Ethan passes Jonah for P7. And Ethan already going after the next car. Oh, that's a very wide line there from Master Spread. Back on board with Whale as he lines up that Williams using Ferrari power to take the inside line around Cops. Are we going to have the same thing happen? Not quite. The Ferrari hangs it in there. And Ethan did indeed get past Master Spread. There he is. You can see the result. The AlphaTauri is now in front of the Renault. The Renault has a little look just before going on to what is now known as the Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight. In real life now. This has been a brilliant opening, it really has. I hope it maintains this sort of, I don't know, this sort of intenseness between the drivers here today. Of course, it's one of those tracks that you can really attack. And you've gotta love it. So here we go now. At Q-Ball, who is... Q-Ball's definitely struggling. Because he's fallen back from these guys now quite a bit. That's when Q-Ball goes really wide off the track there. Oh, stop cutting the corners there, Q-Ball. And he's got no ERS. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him in front of the Racing Point. You always have to have the boost. When you're coming to overtake a car, especially on performance, you need the boost. So spend a couple of laps, build that ERS back up, and then use it to attack if you can stay close enough. Just use these next couple of laps now to just run behind clearly ignoring me. How dare he, as he continues to use the ERS. Of course, the ERS is the energy recovery system. All done by braking, I believe. It charges energy into the car or whatever. I don't really know the technical mumbo jumbo of it all. But Jonah now right on the gearbox of Master Spread. Are we going to see the Haas car make a move? I don't think he's close enough this time around, but this is the closest battle on track at the minute. Fantastic 9 laps we've had here at the British Grand Prix. We've had 2 pitters already, of course. Fatal Defiance speeding in the pit lane. Hadanoff probably damaged his tyres. Decided to just pit on the hards. And Brett, I don't really know what happened with Brett, but he's still going around doing his thing. Davey that's really struggling with the set because he's really just not able to do anything. Look at Q-Ball now. Q-Ball staying in the slipstream of that Racing Point. Oh, okay, so Sora is the first man to pit. How many of us are we going to have to pit at this minute in time? In comes... Oh, Master Spread gets a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. Does anyone else pit? No, so it's just the 2 guys that have pitted. TMS Sora, there he is. He finally gets into his box, gets rid of them horrible soft tyres now, puts the mediums on, and away he goes. You see where he ends up. Got Davey and whatnot coming round the final couple of corners, so he's going to be in comfortable clear air. And there he goes. But Master Spread does fall behind Davey, and I imagine he'll fall behind Fatal Defiance as well. Yes, he does. He just joins just behind them, as you can see on the mini-map. So, where to look now? Well, we're going to look at the battle once again between Noodleneck and Cue-Ball. And Cue-Ball still taking that really wide line. It's like he's just... I don't know. It's like he's just trying to take too much speed through that corner. It's just, I don't think it's working. DRS open to just gladly pull him along. But I don't think he'll have it next time around. Like I say, he doesn't have the ERS to play with. Into the pits comes the Racing Point of Noodleneck. Of course, this is him now trying to fend off TMS Sora. So he's had to do it. You can see the little groove there in the left-hand tyre. Just shows you that the tyre is actually pretty worn now. So maybe Noodleneck was suffering with tyre wear. There's the Ferrari of Whale. I didn't see Whale in the pit, and Brad's in the pit as well. So quite a few of the leaders in the pit. Let's have a look at Sora, see where he ends up. He's coming round now. Will he actually get the jump on anyone? This is the more important factor here. Brad's up to speed. Whale isn't. There's Brad, and Sora is up into net P2 at this minute. Great driving there from Sora. And that's what we needed to see as Jonah swoops round the Mercedes of Bobylon, or is that Bobylon attacking? Not quite sure. I'd imagine that at this point it's the mediums that can, still go for at least another 5-6 laps or so. Enough so that when Jonah pits, he can pit for the soft tyre. Now, you see there's Bobylon still looking to see if he can do anything about Jonah. Surely he'll pit this lap. He's got DRS, he'll just gladly follow the Haas man. And into the pits comes the Mercedes. Does he slow it down? Yes, he does. He has Cue-Ball just ahead of him as well. Oh, that's Ethan. Ethan breezing past Master Spread there and into 8th place. Cue-Ball and Bobylon, of course, losing positions as they're in the pits. Jonah currently leads by 7.3 seconds. How quickly are these guys going to close him down, though? This is the important factor now. Of course, this battle for 6th and 7th is the closest battle on track at the minute. Both have made their pit stops. Both are going to the end of the Grand Prix, providing there's no safety car. Everyone's thinking when a safety car comes out is to be on the fresher tyre and fight your way through if you have to. But Jonah has lost a second already to Brad. Brad is just absolutely romping in this Grand Prix. Don't be too spread out, guys. I need something to commentate on. As Brett goes round the outside of Davey. Davey, of course, having just pitted for the medium tyres, so he's got rid of them hard tyres. He obviously didn't fancy him now. Want to be on a quicker, faster tyre, and he's going after the Red Bull of Brett, who's obviously jumped him during the pit stops. Brett, of course, going to the end of the race, you'd imagine. And we have a virtual safety car as Fatal Defiance is out of the Grand Prix. He's I don't know how he's binned it there. Let's have a look. Oh, that looks like a rage quit. That's a weird place to go off. So virtual safety car, everyone gets to give their... Unfortunately for Fatal Defiance, he's out of the British Grand Prix. Such a shame. He's always a fighter, is Fatal, and I do always have a little moment when he retires. So unfortunately, Fatal Defiance, the first retiree of this Grand Prix. 13 laps gone, 13 laps remain. We're at the half distance point of this British Grand Prix here in the UIRL. Let's go through the positions as they stand. Jonah currently leads after starting at the back of the grid. Of course, he is yet to pit. He's extended the gap during that virtual safety car period, which is just good. Brad is there in P2. Oh, Brad, sorry, in P2. Sora in P3, of course. Jumped. Oh, big lock up there. Whale in the pits, and he's continued to hold a gap to him, to be fair. 1.9 seconds, and then we've got Noodle Neck in 5th. Ethan in 6th. Master Spread in 7th. Cue Ball in 8th. It is a weird place to go off. I've never known anyone to go off there. No, the wall called my car. He heard the call of the wall and he had to answer. Look how dirty that Racing Point, that nose is. It's really interesting. I've never noticed that before. There's Davey in 10th and Babylon in 11th, who was gone bunny hopping. Yeah, you need to do something about Cue Ball because it happened in VRF1 earlier in the week. He went, on my screen, he went off in front of me and then rejoined right back in front of me. So, yeah, like I say, you need to tell him to sort his connection out. I told him that and all I got was a thumbs up. So clearly having some internet issues is Cue Ball. Let's have a look and see where the closest Bat 1 track is at this minute in time. It is currently for the last position spot on the podium. 1.5 seconds the gap. Whale is slowly reeling in Sora. A tenth of sector, although he's lost a couple of tenths now after having a bit of a wobble going through the final couple of corners there. Sora, there's Whale, and of course in the background is Noodle. What the hell, Noodle Neck? He doesn't leave racing room. Yeah. Some people just need to be told, and like I say, if you've recorded anything, just let the stewards deal with it. So the gap now, unfortunately, at 1.8 seconds with Whale. There it is. It's slowly reeling him in again. You'd imagine at this point in the circuit, he's running rich and whatnot, of course. I always, on 50% races, I just absolutely fill up the car with fuel. That way, on the straights and whatnot, I could just use the highest mode possible. But Saurus seems to be able to hold him off at this minute in time. The gap, 1.7 seconds, you can see it closing in. You can see that he's clearly running a higher engine mode as he just reels in the gap bit by bit, but will he, as the gap's back to 1.5 seconds of where it was, and Jonah's in the pits. Okay, this is interesting. Jonah in the pits, through goes Bradders. Where will he come out? Because he's going to lose a lot of positions. Off go the mediums, on come the softs for the final 10 laps of this Grand Prix. There goes Ethan. I think Master Spread's going to go through as well. Yes, he does. Here comes Cue Ball. Is he going to get out just ahead of him? He is. Ooh, what? Look at that. Oh, you can see Q-Bolt lagging once again when there's another car around him. Yellow flag sector 2. It's Sora. Sora's off the track and he's retired. Why? Just because you made a mistake. Don't rage quit like that. Oh, and the Reynolds hit him as well. As he pulls off into the old pit. Don't rage quit. He was still on course to score points just because it wasn't a podium. TMS Sora out of the race. You had the pace to easily catch him back up and at least score a point. So unfortunately that battle has been taken away. So Whale is now second, Noodleneck third, Ethan losing to fourth, Master Spread into fifth. He'll be very happy with that. Jonah has come out sixth. Jonah's come out to P6 now. He is 2.3 seconds, but of course that gap will be going down all the time. He'll be absolutely running pedal to the metal, flat out. Miller with head in the hands. That's exactly my point, man. I don't agree with rage quitting. I could have rage quit from 100% race last night in Bahrain after Ethan. His car slowed down right in front of me as we were battling for P3 and 4. But I didn't. I continued, even though there was not much point continuing, but I did it anyway because, you know, I enjoy my racing. This is the man we want to see now, set fastest lap after fastest lap. See how quickly he can gain. Can he get a podium position here in this Grand Prix? Needs to utilise them soft tyres, but I just feel like the gaps are maybe just a bit too big. Did he get DRS? No, but so he'll be using a bit of DRS, and of course Rich Mix as well, so he can continue to gain on Master Spread. Gaining. Of course, it'll gain even more under braking here, so he'll have a lot more grip through the corner. This is where he has to be careful now. He has to look at where Master Spread's braking, see where he can just be sensible about it. Failed to find. Oh, there he goes. He's gone for the move. Master holds it round. Jonah tries to switch back, and that is it. Oh, they're side by side. And through goes Jonah. Very good. And oh, look at this. Oh, this is brilliant. This is shades of Vettel and Alonso from 2014. And oh, Jonah, absolutely. Oh, they're still side by side. He's come back at him. Oh, they're side by side going through cops. Let it go, Jonah. You'll get the DRS. Oh, just be careful, don't slam into the back of him. Your only hope of entertainment for the rest of this Grand Prix. No, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. In this Grand Prix. I mean, you would have been P11 right now, and you would have had the pace to close down for a final points position. Of course, as they look at what a move! What a move by Jonah! That just shows how much more traction and grip he's got through that. And Jonah takes 4th place away as Ethan has pitted for the soft tyre. Now, why has he done that? He's thrown a load of positions away here. Jump back on board. Oh, as Master Spread gains. He pulls out for a move. Jonah chops across him. He has every right to. He's taking the corner. And Jonah now 12.4 seconds behind third place man with 7 laps to go. He needs to break away, but at the minute Master Spread just about hanging on. And Cue Ball's there and Cue Ball's there as well. Cue Ball wants a say in this. It's right on board with Cue Ball actually when we get onto the straight. Oh, he's tapped him. He's absolutely barged him out of the way. There we go, side by side down the hanger straight. Luckily, no wing damage. I think it must be on reduced because he hit him pretty hard. And, well, like I say, unfortunately for Cue Ball, he's ran out of ERS. See that he's a little bit quicker. Jonah's broken the DRS now on, but look at this. Cue Ball is using the ERS every chance he gets, and unfortunately, that means that he's losing performance from the engine when it comes to the overtaking point. Oh, Cue Ball really getting a bit out of shape there. I think after starting at the back of the grid, maybe Jonah will take P4. I still say you wouldn't have known what would happen. You had some decent pace battle. So, and like I say, you could see the likes of Davey and Brett have been struggling in this Grand Prix, so points could have been on offer. But it is what it is. We move on to the next. We move on to the next race. I don't mind being controversial. Controversial topics here in UNRL. Of course, guys, I said this before. Do stay tuned. Do not leave when this race is over, as I'll be raiding a VRF1 Division 1 race. So more racing to come. This is interesting from Q. This is interesting from Cue Ball. He's really struggling with the traction zones and with the turning. I definitely think he's using a wheel purely because of how he's turning in and out of the corners. No DRS either for Cue Ball on this lap, so this is really not helping us. The gap between Noodleneck and Jonah is 11.5 seconds with 5 laps to go. That's lag from Cue Ball. That's the way he rode over that corner then. That was lag more than anything. Come on, Jonah, get a spurt on. Take 3 seconds a lap. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was nice cornering by a bit wide on the exit of that, but nice cornering there from Cue Ball. He has every opportunity to try and make a move, but once again, he hasn't got that extra boost. The ERS just keeps being depleted, and he hasn't got it to use. Whereas, to be fair, Master Spread's in a very similar situation. So, I guess it's just which guy's running the lower wings and whose engine's faster. It should be the Honda engine by right. You reckon he's on pad? He could be, to be fair. I'm on pad. I'll never go to a wheel. Unless it's bought for me, I will never use it, because it means you got to configure it and everything like that, and yeah. Just at least with a pad, it's tried, it's trusted, you've been doing it for 20 years. Cue-ball right up the gearbox of Master Spread. Of course, Master Spread, I believe, in his first race for UNRL, as is his teammate Brad, who's currently leading this Grand Prix by 14.9 seconds from Wales. Oh my god! Cue-ball's made a move through Maggots and Beckett's, And he's actually made it stick. He's got the DRS as well, which is going to help him stay in front. What a move by Cue Ball. What a ballsy move by Cue Ball. But Cue Ball ballsy. But yeah, he's absolutely hung it in there. Credit where credit's due. A bit of a dive, some people will say, but he put his car there. They both didn't take each other off, and he got the move done. That is the important factor here. And there's Jonah still 11.1 seconds behind. Jump aboard with Noodleneck, who's still not really closed in on Whale. The gap is 1.8 seconds as we're on the final 3 laps of this very entertaining British Grand Prix, guys. Everyone who finishes at this minute in time will score a point. So let's go through the order and give them a bit of TV time as well. There is Brad as we go towards Stowe, leading this Grand Prix by a country mile. Whale in the Ferrari coming onto the hangar straight. Another new guy tonight as well, putting in a very good name for himself. Noodleneck, who's usually very quick, has definitely struggled on the soft tyres. I don't know whether he just wore them out too much or what, but like I say, he really struggled, and it has hampered his race really. Let's go on board with Jonah, who started at the back of the grid after not setting a qualifying session. Oh, qualifying lap time, sorry. I guess it's a mindset I gained from competing in archery. What's that, Miller? What do you mean? There's Cue Ball in 5th after that really ballsy move on Master Spread as we go through turns 1 and turn 2. It's got a bit overcast here, so you'd imagine the track temperature is definitely dropping now, which will be a bit kinder to the tyres, you'd imagine, as long as they don't lose the temperature they already have. So there's Master, I'm going to call him MasterCard then, it's Master Spread. Ethan there in P7, the stop for the soft tyres didn't work, unless he got wing damage, which I didn't see. Once again, it's not really worked for him. Keep going to the end, yeah. Maybe, but if I was still in the race, I'd still be P11. Why would I keep going for no points? And consider the last 2 weeks I've had, I think it's got to me. Just have a breather, Fatal. I mean, you've got SF1 tomorrow. I don't know what else you do after that, but try and take a breather, relax your mind. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. You're a quick driver. I mean, obviously you're not. I mean, they're elite drivers and whatnot, but you're a quick driver. So just take some time for yourself. Don't rely on time trial. Okay. Like I say, always right. I don't know how good you are with SAPs and whatnot, but always ride height, free fall. All right. When it comes to suspension geometry, it is 0.29. Wait, hang on. Where's my book? I've got my book somewhere nearby. That has it in. Where is my book? Where's my book gone? What's that? Is it going in there? Fuck. Was it in there? I'll look for it after. We're almost on the final lap. But yeah, there's certain things I do, like in qualifying. I always run. I always put 10 laps worth of fuel in the car and just sacrifice a set of tyres and just run standard and non. Go around, getting my eye in, and then obviously doing a qualifying lap. There's Davey in 8th. He's got the Mercedes of Bobylon not too far behind, and Brett is there. So we start the final lap, guys. There is the leader. I mean, he should have had pole position, but obviously didn't work out for him for whatever reason. No, he had an off, didn't he? I think he just had he had that moment, didn't he, going through the final couple of corners, denied him pole position. But he fought his way through the field. Got past Sora, got past Noodleneck, got past Whale, and has absolutely romped home. He looked quick. Like I say, he was about to go half a second quicker than we'd seen previous. I get that, man. I get that. Do us a favour though, leave the stream on so you can watch this other thing that I'll tune into. Keep going for practice, that feeling of getting your rhythm and driving your own race. Yep, exactly. So here we go. Going up the hanger straight for the final time. He's going for the fastest lap as well, so he's had absolute pace to burn as Brad is. He's about to claim the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Please don't have a moment this time going through the final couple of corners. No, he doesn't. Oh, he does as well. He had a twitch, and is it enough for fastest lap? Oh my god, it is. 27.7 for Brad. Takes the win. Here comes Whale, 14.6 seconds behind. What a Grand Prix we've had here today, guys. Very entertaining. Whale takes second. Noodleneck will be happy with third. Jonah, just at the end, didn't really have anything to do. The soft tyres got him up to fourth, and that was about as far as it went. Q-Ball with a very battling fifth place. Master Spread in his first race in the league. A very, very good sixth place. Ethan did the two-stop. Didn't work for him. Almost looks like David Coulthard for a second. Ethan goes across the line. What? Ethan, just go across the line for God's sake. There we go. We've got, what's a laggy Mercedes behind as well. Davey under pressure from Bobby Long. Ethan's left the session, that's fine. Mercedes is gaining. Is he going to go for a move? Are we going to have a last corner battle here? He goes for the wide line. Davey takes the inside line. And unfortunately, Bobby Long is not close enough to do anything. Here comes Davey. Oh, he's had a moment. And Davey spun. He's took the Mercedes with him. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Just reverse. Go. First one across the line gets the points. That's unfortunate. Brett, of course, already finished. And there we go, guys. That has been the British Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching. So what I'm going to do now is, of course, I'll be back next week. If you liked what you see, hit that follow button so you can see more content on the channel. I'll be back, of course, next week at 8:30. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to raid someone who is currently doing a league commentary stream. Boom. Getting ready, guys. Get ready to raid. Say hashtag Rara. Boom. Let's go. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
So now's a bit of a lock-up. So that's obviously the car in front.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching, guys. That's the order. Brad, Whale, Noodleneck, Jonah, Q-Ball, Master Spread, Ethan, Bobylon, Davey, Brett, Sora, and Fatal Defiance. Take care, guys. All the best. Peace.